G'day Philly Joe, g'day Hard Ass, g'day Trey, g'day Dave, Chicago, g'day Dan, g'day D's Nuts, g'day Gina Jean, g'day also Mary, g'day Satman, g'day Sean, g'day Abra Marshall, g'day Dan, 316. Screen is black. Hopefully only for you, Hard Ass, try again. G'day Paul, g'day Sarah. Fine, okay. Might be just you. Hard Off's going to retry. All better? Better Hard Off? How's it made problems? Not seen you since Periscope. Oh, right. I didn't even realise. Good to have you here. You got an old iPhone. Oh, good. Good. Welcome to Heckle. Working now. G'day, Marty. So, and welcome replay viewers. So, at the moment, g'day Peter Unplugged. I'm going to talk about you. Welcome replay viewers. For those who you don't know, I'm currently able to record these broadcasts. They're not replayable through the app yet, but I'm putting my replays on YouTube, unfortunately without comments, but they'll be up there. Yesterday it didn't record successfully. Today I've checked that it was recording correctly, so all good. Yes, the replays will be coming shortly. You can actually look at my YouTube. If you go on the Twitter account, it's got the link to the YouTube, and there's some discussion there about the timetable and the steps. As everything on Heckle, I'm just doing it in my spare time, so it's happening slowly. G'day Lady May, g'day whoever else I missed coming in, g'day Billiam, g'day Joy, g'day Specco. So, but I want to talk about today, Peter Unplugged, g'day Rebba. Peter Unplugged's just observed that if you get a phone call during a broadcast, and he demonstrated again, in his case, and I presume for everyone, that the sound stops when you answer the phone, but the video continues. And he did this the other day apparently without being aware, and it was luckily nothing too embarrassing. You knew this as well, Robert. I didn't realise this. Has that always been? I thought the video froze until you came back. G'day, Laura. Well, okay. I said nothing too embarrassing. Right. Yes, I don't know. I very rarely get called, so I haven't noticed this. But I can probably fix this. Just kidding. I will check the replay, Peter. If anyone reports that you were doing obscene things on your broadcast, even unknowingly, I'll have to check the replay. Right. So has this? So Peter just discovered this. Thank you, Hardo. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to check. I'm not sure. So has this been happening forever? And is this a concern? Right. So yeah. So you realised, but people may not necessarily realise. Well, but and now you know, Peter. But how's everyone else going to know? It feels to me like, and I was just doing research, and I can detect when the phone is on a call, I think, and I could pause the video. G'day Moneymaker, g'day Brizwiz. So I think I could do that, and I think it's probably worthwhile. My shirt says, "I love my Moroccan wife, who is home. She's back from Morocco. Got back last night." It was a bit of a concern that they might close the borders, or there might be some COVID trouble, and she might not be able to get back. So she's home. I bought this T-shirt. I bought her one that she loves her Australian husband. and this was years ago, and they both wore out. And I bought a new one, and I didn't want to feel I should buy her another one. Anyway, what does that say? What does that say? Anyway, this is on replay, so I guess I should be polite. G'day, Min. G'day, Pedro. So, I was, this stream is 960 by 540. I have stats. Okay, so does anyone else, who else on here is a broadcaster? Who else was aware that that when you answered the phone, the video continued? And has it always? I assumed it didn't, because I thought people were just happy. You were aware, Specco. Right, that's what you were saying before, sorry. G'day, Crack in the Sidewalk. Because I had, it didn't before? Oh, you didn't realise before, yeah. Because I had the impression that people were just excited that it resumed after a phone call, and it didn't happen before. Right, so you agree that it's changed. I mean, that's just my impression, because I'm sure people would have noticed at the start. I'm sure we know. Yeah, so something has changed in iOS, and it may be because remember when you got a phone call, it used to be that it come up on the whole screen. It would fill the screen saying this person is calling, and now it just has a little bar at the top. So that's probably why, because it's not actually stopping your app. It's not actually sending your app into the background. It's just obscuring it a little bit, and then when you answer the phone, it doesn't. It goes back to your app. So has that happened in the lifetime of Heckle? That change? Well, Spacco, if you answer the phone on your iPad, then that means you then we can see and hear you. So that's worse. At least if you answer on the same device, we can't hear you. For your phone, which show video reports. Yeah, okay, so I can probably. Right. Okay, thank you, Joy. Well, this is good. I'm surprised no one's been upset by it. Do you remember I guess it's still there. There was a so when someone's doing something, I don't know, yes, you could, if you know someone's phone number, you could deliberately call them at the wrong time. I wonder if this happens just on phone calls or on other apps like WhatsApp or whatever as well. But on Periscope, it would kill your broadcast, right? Anyway, remember when someone left a 1-star review on Heckle, being concerned that that the app was listening to them because they closed their what happened? They thought they'd finished their broadcast and then they came back hours later and it was still going. I guess it's still there. You saw it, right? G'day, Mike. Yeah, so I probably should do that. She removed the app. Well, good, I suppose. And but she didn't see my reply. Anyway, so back to the matter at hand. G'day, Michael Aud. Michael Aud, you will have a view on this. Did you realise that if you accept a phone call during, did you realise that if you accept a phone call while you're broadcasting, that the video continues? The audio stops, but the video continues. People can still see you. I didn't realise this. Apparently it didn't happen at the start, but I think since the phone call thing just comes as a bar up the top now, it works that way without me having to do anything, which is probably a concern. Michael's probably just wanting to come in here and chill out and listen and ask him a question. G'day, Mrs. Fay. Anyway, so I think I will disable that. Well, I thought early on Heckle it muted and froze the video, and now it mutes, but the video continues. So you reckon even from the start? Gosh, video always continued. Moneymaker says yes before it froze the picture. Well, we have disagreement here. Maybe it depends whether you go into the app, because you can into the phone. Because if you go into the phone, it may depend on the phone, but I doubt it. It's probably more related to the iOS version. Okay. Anyway, we have different memories on what happened before. Yeah, right. Exactly, Sean. Sean's worried if reading the comments because the replays doesn't have the comments yet. Yes, Michael, I remember that as well. Watching broadcast and the audio suddenly dropped, but the question is whether. Yes, exactly. But that's how we discovered it worked, as in that resumed the broadcast afterwards. But I thought the video froze. Like we thought it was all frozen, but then people would come back. Anyway, if you don't leave the video rolling, well, if you don't, okay. Rabba says if you don't leave the video recording, the person might as well end the broadcast to take the phone call. Yeah, but if you want to answer quickly and say, "I'm doing a broadcast, I'll call you back, Mum," and she'll say, "What do you mean the broadcast?" But that's still worthwhile, isn't it? Yeah, keep them holding on. Peter wants to keep people holding on. Well, it's good as long as you know. Okay, so Peter thinks it's good as long as you know with the video keeps going. But what if it's facing towards your mouth and people can lip read? And how will you let people know? How will broadcasters know? Well, right. Okay. We did discuss once, g'day rural man Bickus. Marty asked, and we discussed having a banner saying will BRB. Yes. Or likewise when you pause the video or whatever, deliberately. Yes, Pedro thinks we need to do more testing. In any case, do more testing, otherwise known as broadcasting and using the app. Let people know they have a phone call is important. You're right, and in a way, it is fine when it is fine if you know, and perhaps even desirable if you know, but only if you know. And I'm worried that many broadcasters won't know. Yes, I think that's true. There should be a visual cue when the audio and or the video are paused. Yeah, but Peter, even the fact that your video was still going, wasn't that enough of a cue? I mean, that's in software design, people would say, don't send people messages, give them intuitive feedback. And the fact that your picture is still there moving should be enough. But I guess it's different. Yeah, no. Yes, that's true. If you take it straight to your ear, you wouldn't see a message. Yes, if you answer the phone like this, unless you have an audio message, you are still being broadcast. We can see that you need to clean your ears. Forget about it. Well, maybe, but I don't. I'm worried about privacy, right? I don't want people to be embarrassed unnecessarily, right? And I think the safest thing for privacy is for me to pause the video when I detect that you're on a phone call. And maybe you can resume it if you want to. Let's see how it goes. Well, maybe. Well, exactly, Briswiz. I mean, I'm actually on the toilet right now doing this broadcast. I mean, no one commented on me being in a different room. And have you noticed how I can rotate on the toilet like this? These Nuts says, FYI, the freezing issue after browsing other sites, then returning here is fixed. Well, that's good if it's true, These Nuts. Because I never investigated and never made any change deliberately. No, I'm very quiet. I've muted down there. Actually, no, I'm just constipated. It's taking a while. I'll be ready to go if I have to go quickly. You'll know why. Well, yeah, hard enough. It depends on the sort of broadcast, right? And some people like to do quite produced broadcasts and have them, for replays. It interrupts the replay and all that sort of stuff. So I can understand if you're Relgook, then just start another broadcast. Doesn't matter. Well, I could get FZ to call me right now, but she's asleep, and she just got home last night, so she probably doesn't want to be asleep. Yes, Dean. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for the warning, says Dean. Okay, Sean says, what if a long message, I have to stop and read it? What if you get a phone call that goes on for longer than expected, forget the broadcast was previously and just hang up and knock the phone quickly and put the phone in the pocket and life's still going? Well, that is true. That is also a risk, Sean. And that's what I've talked about. I've definitely talked about that before. But I didn't do anything about it yet. It is true that, and it is a deliberate feature that when you are broadcasting, if you switch out to another app or if you close the phone, you can continue broadcasting audio only while you're doing other things, and the video freezes. And I have been worried that people might just turn off the screen when they're finished broadcasting, and then they're still broadcasting audio. And that's happened a few times. And I have been meaning to do, and I will do at some point, a notification to people saying, beware, you are still broadcasting your audio. And maybe that's more of a privacy issue. And maybe I'm a hypocrite here that I haven't done anything about that. What's more of a privacy issue? Inadvertently broadcasting video or audio? Okay, now I need to scroll in comments. Yeah, well, Philly Joe, we were talking about that earlier. We used to put our phone on dinner instead of Periscope, but one of the good things about Heckle is you don't have to, right? Does the phone call screen when company is calling cover the closed broadcast? No, it doesn't. It used to be a full screen thing when someone was calling, but now it's just like a notification bar up the top almost. Have an away status. Well, I can have an away status for, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, yes, ideally we'll give some cue to the listeners, but it's more I'm worried that the broadcaster may not realise that they're still being broadcast. Camera puked. If you're broadcasting, you get the notification someone's calling you. You have a few seconds to see the viewers, to let the viewers know. Yes, well that's true. If you're a seasoned broadcaster, you learn how to do these things. But it's the yes, I think I have to just pause the video. Yes, and I have done that. I have had phone calls coming in when I'm on a broadcast, and I swipe away. Actually, no, that's probably on WhatsApp or something. It actually is a notification, right? I don't know. Anyway, I swipe away the notification and then say I've got a call. I've got to go. Oh, and now I'm got a low power notification. I haven't been plugging in my phone. Let me do that. So anyway, do you like this this setting? I'll probably be broadcasting from here now, because now that my kids are back at school and my wife is back, I'll be working up here during the days. So I may as well do my Heckle work up here as well. Yeah, interesting, Sean. I think on balance, people love the fact that their Heckle broadcasts don't end as much as they used to on Periscope. So see what you think. Did Pedro just go and do a test? Oh, Pedro's talking to Brett now, and you're watching and you're broadcasting. There's an experiment going on live, it seems. Yeah, I think if you receive a phone call, I had expected that it muted and paused the video. Who's contemplating getting an iPhone 13? Me. House party's ending, is it? House party's ending in October. Sorry, Moneymaker, you can confirm what? Paused video and audio? Oh, you just tried something? You just did a test? I think in the past, yeah, right. Yeah, well, I thought it did. And I think actually it may be an iOS setting. You can choose when you receive a phone call whether to receive the full screen notification or just the banner thing at the top. So it may be that triggers different behaviour as well. But in any case, I believe, I think the banner is probably the default now. It used to be full screen, but the banner is much more sensible because, like, phone calls are not any more important than any other notifications. Well, any other. Well, I mean, a phone call is just another thing trying to get your attention, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure it's the change from the full screen to the banner is the culprit. That seems right to me. Depends who's calling. Oh, does it? Maybe favourites go to the front. Briswiz, are you an iOS expert? I'm a Russian. Well, in some cases, when you don't even need to answer the phone call and it installs malware. That's with WhatsApp, I think. I'm spreading rumours now. This is not true. I'm just joking. No lawsuits from Facebook, please. Yet. When I get a lawsuit from Facebook 5 years down the track, I'll be flattered. Yes, favourites. Okay, all right. I am going to get out of here. But has anyone actually downloaded their replays? I feel like I created this feature and no one has used it. Is it because WebM is not a very useful format for people? You may have noticed that the replays aren't appearing there immediately. That's because I have to manually upload them in batches. Has anyone downloaded through the link on the screen? So once you're done, there is a on the list of past broadcasts there'll be an information button over on the right that you can click on your own broadcast, and for now it won't appear straight away. It might be a few hours later, but then you have like 24 hours or something to download it. There's not a tutorial, but if you click that button, there is a help thing on there with a frequently asked questions on what to do. But probably the best thing to do, unless you know otherwise, is to copy that link to yourself. You can't see other people's broadcast, no. But people can upload them on. Okay. So after you have broadcast, if you're on test flight, okay, well, I really just wanted some people to confirm that they've used it, that it works enough, and I'll release it to everyone. Has anyone actually used it? The button. I mean, it works for me. I guess that's good enough. No, I'll just release it to everyone. And then I can talk more about it, hopefully. Yeah, okay. So I'll send it to Apple for approval. Yeah, so our earlier users had a test flight version, but I'm not accepting new people onto that. It was just too much work. I was spending all my time administering test flight rather than doing anything, getting any work done. There's now a new feature. There's a button. So on your past broadcast, there should be an information button. It won't be there yet, though, because the broadcast won't be ready for download. So when the broadcast is ready for download, there'll be an information button on the broadcast, on the bar that says your broadcast. You just have to scroll through the whole list. I'm sorry, but it's pretty obvious where the information button is. Sean, you don't need any invite codes anymore now. Can you resend to you via Twitter? No, Spacco, do it through the app. Oh, is it too old now? It's gone off the list. Do I really need to? It takes me a while to find it. That's why I try and do features in the app so I don't have to. Yes, I know people are jealous of being in test flight, and I'm sorry about that. I don't know what to do. It's too much trouble to. G'day, Melanie. Especially if you're new. I don't think I've seen you. Yes, I know people are jealous of test flight. I don't know what to do, really. I still need to do test flight, and I don't want to spend the effort to. Ravis says nothing. Peter Unplugged is back. Probably means he went to check something. Desi is here. Okay, so the recording, roughly how long before the replay appears? Well, it depends when I press the thing that says upload. So I haven't done the thing. Soon it will appear within a minute. But okay, let me do it now. Just let me pause the video while I go and do that. The video is paused. The video is paused, by the way. Now I'm performing under pressure here. Okay, there are some are uploading now. It's got a bit to catch up. If only you were here looking over my shoulder when I was actually doing my day job, I might actually do some work as well. Peter's gone to check, but they're not there yet. Okay, Dolly. Currently uploading news workings video from last night. Then Claire's. Now something of Spacco's uploading, or processing anyway. It was Quickie, was it? Now Moons. This is not a privacy thing. This is just right. This is just the previous ones. Something else of Spacco. Oh, really? That's interesting. According to my stats, it's still 960 by 540 at 24 frames per second. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit of retransmission now and loss. Yeah, okay. Well, no, it should be relevant. It's not going between. It's nothing. Not the only thing that's coming to my house is a little text log. So 24. Well, it's 25 now. It just jumps around. You know, Brizwiz, you obviously don't do a lot of live video. It aims at 25, but sometimes it's 24. It's 25 now. It was just momentarily 24. Katsumi's broadcast getting uploaded now. Oh yeah, little darling. The update info button doesn't work. Your test flight still doesn't work. What info button? So to update on test flight, you should open the 20. If you yeah, be able to open the test flight app, and Heckle should be there, and there should just be update. If you're not seeing update when you open test flight app, then send me a screenshot on Heckle Help and we'll see if we can work it out. Okay, so now all of those ones are done. Now let me do another batch. Oh, I forgot to pause the video when I went off to my computer. Sorry about that. Okay, now what are we uploading? Now uploading one of SoFlo's. It's not uploading from my computer. It's uploading from one cloud place to another cloud place. Marty Yperin's broadcast. Little darling's going to try. Yeah, Bruce, I think I can easily make it 30. I presume that'll increase the file size by 20% though, or whatever it is. But I can probably make it configurable again. Yeah, why the Aussies keep leaving? Something going on in Australia? Still no button. Just be patient, Peter. It's coming. It's coming. Uploading tiaras. Another one of tiaras. Where's my iPad? You heard from someone I didn't plan on having call-ins. Correct. I didn't plan on having call-ins, but now I plan on having call-ins. I think. Oh, look at that. Does that look good or bad? Yes, the button is only on your own broadcast. Now I'm installing the latest test flight version of my iPad. Right, so Peter, you're one that my hair can only handle so much gel that didn't actually work. Didn't record, which is sensible. Your next one, too much gel, is currently uploading. Okay, thank you, little darling. I'll check it out later. Oh, something else. What else did I say I was going to do afterwards? Oh, it was something for Brisbane. Okay, Peter Unplugged. Too much gel should now have an I button. Spacco, Adventures of Oppie should now have an I button. Peter Unplugged, do you have an I button now? You should have one for Too Much Gel. This is a long broadcast. This is the longest broadcast I've done for a while. Okay, that's where we're up to. So Spacco and Pedro's latest broadcast I haven't uploaded yet, but everything else should be there. 30 frames per second, only 20% more. Right. Well, that's interesting. I was wondering what it should be. You waiting? Do you want it now, Pedro? I can do it now if you really want. Right now, I can do yours specifically. Pedro is uploading. Right, 30 is the preferred standard. Why would Periscope only do 25? My T-shirt says, "I love my Moroccan wife, who's home. She's back from Morocco." Okay, Pedro, yours. That was quick. I was only a short broadcast. Okay, Peter, are you running the test flight version? The latest test flight version. Producer was 30. Yeah, so maybe I can. Yes, that's why I shaved. Has anyone seen the button? Is it just me that has this button? Okay, Spacco's seen the button. Does it work for you? Pedro, do you have the button? I can actually go and look into the logs to see what version people are running, but it takes a long time. Should be a big red button. I tried to make it Heckle blue, but I couldn't easily do that, so I thought it doesn't matter. It stands out. It's very obvious when you see it. Yes. Azure blue. I don't know. Don't know what you would call them. I guess probably. I mean, I can show you. I can show you my buttons, but you can't press them. And I have more buttons than oh. I have more buttons because I get to see everyone. See, there are the buttons over there. See the little blue things here? Button, 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 button. Peter's gone to look. Now he knows where to look. Oh, that button. You don't have those. Specker doesn't have those. What? Does anyone have that button? You should only have it on your own broadcasts, not anyone else's. Oh, well, this is good that we did this test because I was going to send it to Apple. Installing test flight. Spacker, you reckon you had the button? Peter's back. He said he's found the button. You shouldn't need to restart. They actually update in real time. Boop, 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 boop. We'll get there, Sean. Things can take time, but we get there. Spacker. Oh, downloading. Oh, no. I thought he's downloading his broadcast. You mean I have to log in as a non-super user to... %. We're waiting for Spacko's NVN. If you're a replay viewer, there's probably nothing else to see here. Oh, it must be daytime because my screen just turned to white. We're doing a lag test on Spacko's bandwidth at the moment. But yes, okay, while we're waiting. Actually, what are we waiting for? It's so much more than a button. It's really what's inside that counts. Exactly, Michael. Yes, Pedro, yours has finished uploading. I have a button for you. No button. Okay, there must be a bug. Well, that's good to know, I guess. It's better to know now than when I sent it to the App Store. So I will sort it out. And let's do a lag test and get out of here. So for anyone who's new, yeah, Rabba, can you find the button? Are there any, can the women here look for the button? Rabba, you didn't broadcast today. Who broadcast today? Tiara broadcast today, but she's not here. Awesome Mary was here, maybe not here. We don't have many female broadcasters. All right. Okay, let's do a lag test and get out of here. Get your numbers up. For those of you who are new, this is just to show off how how low the latency is. Pedro's trying to cover all bases. And so get your numbers up. Pedro is disqualified. I'm going to tell you a number and you've got to type as quick as you can. And today's number is 6. Whee! And there it goes. So, and the order is the same for everyone, so which is good for quizzes. So thank you to Spacco for doing quizzes. Spacco may be doing a quiz straight after this, so watch out for it. Desi was first. Michael was out by 1, but still, thank you for playing. Abra Marshall, Philly Joe, Peter Unplugged, Briz Wiz, Michael Out, oops. Pedro Chicken Dinner, Spacco 69, Pedro Sucks. Not many people played today. There are supposedly 22 people here. Pedro Sucks, yes. And me too, because I can't get a button to work, it would seem. Well, there are only, yes, in terms of real entries, the real entries were Desi, Abra Marshall, Philly Joe, Peter Unplugged, Briz Wiz. Five. Do we need to cross-check, Michael? Yes. Touche, Spacco. One more? Another lag test. Okay, people are now getting warmed up. They're getting excited about these lag tests. We do another one. Do you want to do another one? Oh, yeah. Fine. Phone's getting hot. My phone's a little bit warm, but doing okay. So let's do another one. Get your numbers up. Get your numeric keyboard ready. I'll give you a bit more warning this time so you can really be sure. Don't type any other comments. Don't say anything else. Don't look away. Don't do anything else because I'm suddenly going to say a number and then you've got to be really quick. So your finger should be hovering probably over the 5 because that's near the middle, maybe the 5 or the 6. So then you can be quick whichever way I go. And in fact, 6 was easy, but because that was close to the middle. But that's not the number now. The number now is 0. Thank you for playing. We had a few more this time. Okay, first was Michael Aud, then Abra Marshall, then Briz Wiz, then Spacco, then Philly Joe, then Marty Yipper, and then Desi, then Peter Unplugged, then Paul the Fish Guy. Aud is a whiz. He was trying to. So who was? Were you guessing that I was going to go that way, or did you have a finger on the extremes because you knew I was going to go to end? Briz is the whiz. That's. You rarely come first. Gosh, you're in with the innuendo today. Oh, am I not recognising your emojis, Rabbit? Oh, you think you? Rabbit, I'll give you an emoji. Okay, out of here, and I need to work out why you can't see your buttons. I wondered why no one. I checked in the server logs and I saw that the only people downloading were when I'd send them links some other way. So, I'll thank you, Desi. Yes, stay safe. Does anyone? Am I predictable in my numbers? You used to think I was predictable in my numbers, but I'm hopefully less predictable. I've tried to become less predictable, which probably makes me more predictable. It's hard to be random, you know. This is a problem. Okay. Good. All right. I'm out of here. This has been a long broadcast. This will probably be nearly a gigabyte of recording to upload, cross-load. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Dropping frame rates. So it's gone down to 720 by 402. It says CPU limited. Right, so maybe it was dropping frames and then it, well, now it's dropping frames. It's gone to 8 frames per second, 16. Oh, but it went back to 2 frames, 14 frames, 12 frames, 5 frames, 4 frames. But it's 960 by 540. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, 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 oh. 2 frames per second. CPU limited. 23. Now it's dropped back down. Resolution. Too late. It should be. Is the jitter gone? Should be back. All good. It's just now lower resolution. Hmm. 720 by 402. So did you notice that it dropped the resolution? Not really, right? On a static picture, who cares? You see it. Good on you, Brisbane. Good on you. Oh, I mean, I can't see it here because I'm seeing the full picture anyway. Oh, now it's tried to go back to 960, but it is going to handle it. No, see, why is it going back to 960? And it's struggling with the frame rate again. All right, I'm out of here. Bye. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, have a good season of whichever it is. Bye.